All right, so shall we start with a little introduction from yourself? Who is Alex Clowes?
Yeah, I'm Alex Clowes from Alex N The Bandits. I live in a place called Brockford, which isn't on the map, so you probably never find it. So, I have to say that I'm obviously looking forward to coming out into the real world at some point when we go on UK tour, and meeting as many people as possible. So do all introduce yourself to me.
Okie dokie. And Alex and the Bandits, how did that come about for you?
Well, this is a bit of a shady story, to be quite honest with you. In the beginning, I had a friend of mine called Robert Inman, and he hijacked a police van because he disagreed with media mind washing, and it was based on the Matrix trilogy, and to be honest, it was insane. He got life imprisonment, and I got a month in a mental asylum. So it's sort of it started from there. But really, I thought after that bad experience, I would sort of project it into the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow. And I guess that's where the name come from as well, then.
Yeah. I mean, look, we're in a position where we have to take back our liberty and our rights and our freedoms. And one of the only ways, which is a universal language, is through music, as you know.
I do indeed. It's a great way to get your message across.
Cool, yeah.
So for those that haven't listened to your music before, how would you describe it?
Well, I sort of get the sense it's a pirate metal, sort of a new wave grunge, the third wave, I suppose it is, isn't it? But I don't know. It's we need to revamp the time when we sort of were allowed to have a pint and a fag in the pub. You know what I mean?
And is this your first musical endeavour with the Bandits?
No, I've well, on and off. I've sort of, I mean, sometimes you get put away in places and sort of remolded. You know what I mean? And I had to sort of reinvent myself in recent years. Do you know what I mean? And because I've been saying all this stuff about conspiracy and things like that for 25 years. And I actually believed that I was going to go, I was actually mental. But then all this stuff happened. And then I thought to myself, well, it's time now to speak. And I've been sort of, a lot of this has been stored up for sort of 10, 15, 20 years. Do you know what I mean? And I think it's time now for the lions to roar. And, let's have a party and, get the barrels of beer back out in the field, innit? You know what I mean?
Oh dear, I'd love that. That'd be good. So is this what you do full time?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've put all my eggs into one basket, to be honest with you. I'm looking forward to just touring the world at some point. The album, The Prophecy, will be out in about, I don't know, probably 2.5 months. And I'm hoping that off the back of that, we'll get to travel quite a bit. I'm working with other players, session musicians, as and when, but generally speaking, I'm a solo artist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And have you performed a lot live? Before
in the past? I mean, 20 years ago I did, yeah. It must have been. It was a band called Rupert's Tartan Scarf, and we performed, around East Anglia and London and, Hard Rock Cafe and things like that back in the day. Over the years, I played with various blues bands, a rock band in Birmingham. I got put inside because I went mental, smoked too much drugs, do you know what I mean? But now I'm obviously back on the right track and, looking forward to sort of touring and, really meeting as many people as possible and sort of giving a sense of belief back to the nation that we can sort of, we can lead again,
And when you have performed live, what kind of genre do you prefer singing? Do you prefer the aggressive singing or?
Well, I have been known to sing some jazz numbers as well in the past, and a bit of blues, a bit of Frank Sinatra and things like that. But generally, it really depends. I'm a bit of a manic depressive, you know what I mean? I've got bad bipolar and that. So it really can change from one week to the next, you know what I mean? A bit of a quadrophenic, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think the music helps you with that though?
Oh, definitely, yeah. If it wasn't for that, I would definitely be locked up for life on a 41 or something. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I have heard that from a lot of people. It's helped them through a lot of situations.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. No, yeah, it's a godsend. Yeah.
And obviously you just said 20 years ago you was performing as well. So have you seen a change in the music industry?
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. In them days, you could get paid cash 250 quid for an hour's work, and obviously, you know, you could earn a living out of it. Now you've really got to sort of, you know, I think it's time to ignore certain government guidelines concerning like music licenses, things like that. Obviously when the restrictions um, are not about anymore. But perhaps next summer, the summer after, or whatever, I think it's time to go back into the barn, like the Prodigy did, or just for a free festival like the early Glastonbury. It's become too commercialised. It's bullshit, you know. Like people could all earn money if 2 or 3 people at the top weren't greedy.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Completely agree. Excuse me. So do you have any advice for people that are wanting to follow in your footsteps?
Blimey. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm lucky to be alive, right? Following my footsteps. I think the best thing to do is obviously just keep working and keep your focus, your belief, and your determination. They're the three things, aren't they? Really? Do you know what I mean? And as long as you've got something that you believe in, that will transfer to an audience probably. And you know, and if you can get people through the door to buy beer or whatever it is these days, Monster or whatever, then you know what I mean, you're away. Yeah, you know what I mean. But I mean, it doesn't come without a price. You've got to sacrifice your sort of, you know, social life a little bit and that. You know what I mean?
Of course, of course. It's give and take in there.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
So what kind of music do you listen to?
Well, I grew up listening to sort of Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, Nirvana, Green Day later on. We done a few sort of support gigs back in the day at the Junction in Cambridge, you know, with bands like Travis and Reef and people like that playing at the same venues at that time. And, you know, that Britpop scene, but we were sort of slightly too young. So it's nice if we could hopefully sort of revive something like that a little bit, you know.
Brilliant. So out of all the performances you've done, yep, which one has had the biggest impact on you and why?
Well, I had a bit of a bad one in Leicester City Centre once. I couldn't really hear myself in the monitors and that, so I started screaming and the crowd started rioting and you know, I don't know if I should go into that, to be honest. I was hard cocaine and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, no, there was a couple of regrettable moments back in the past. You know what I mean? Like, and we caused riots and a few things. Obviously, like we want to, you know, anarchy, but you know, in the right sort of areas, and that probably might be justified, and we maintain the moral high ground. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know. You know,
anarchy, not chaos.
Perhaps, yeah. That's probably the well put. Yeah, way of saying it. Yeah.
That's how I see it. It's all right to fight back at things you don't believe in, but just don't cause a big mess while you do it.
Well, no, exactly. I mean, you know, we don't want civilians to get injured or nothing like that. Obviously, you know, we want everyone to have a good time. You know, everyone gets paid, and hopefully we can generate the economy again through things like this. They need to legalise cannabis as well, by the way, at these things, you know, and see if we, you know, at the moment there's a lot of hypocrisy surrounding that sort of thing. I spoke to Green King and Pepsi, and they were interested in sponsoring something, but I really do think we need to modernise our approach to festivals and, you know, legalise a lot of these things which are killing people at the moment, you know.
I think it would help, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
Or at least to start with decriminalising it, you know?
Yeah, well, no, I agree 100%, yeah.
So I suppose a bit of a random question. Do you have any hidden talents?
Well, oh, blimey, hidden talent. Well, I mean, in terms of what? I mean, I used to be a bit of a footballer. I don't know. I mean, what do you mean? I'm a bit of an actor.
Have you been in anything I know?
So, sorry?
Have you been in anything I know?
No, not recently. No, I mean, I literally come back for the brink of. I mean, talent, blimey. No, you're really asking me an awkward question. Can I turn a trick? Should you say? But no, I can't. Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, where was I? Which is your favourite song to perform of yours or Alex and the Bandits, and why?
I feel favourite song, blimey. To be honest, it's the last song I've done. Do you know what I mean? Kiss My Middle Finger. It's the March of Resistance, and it's based really about on a protest which is due to occur on the 3rd of December, where a few associates I've met on Facebook have planned to block off the M62. Whether you think it's a good or a bad idea, I don't know. But
sure, I'm not going down.
Well, you know, and so that was basically it. I mean, I think there's such hypocrisy going on at the moment. You know, you got Matthew Hancock as well, right? He's snorting coke, drinking loads of beer, singing karaoke after 10 o'clock, but he's telling us to go to bed. Now, I think this is just something that needs to be resisted. Just like the Nazis in 1936, this is the beginning. So I would be very careful about getting on a train if they ask you to. And I'm not even joking. You know what I mean?
Oh, you should talk to my other half, you should.
Yeah, no, I look forward to that. Definitely, I'll be up for that. Yeah,
but he's the one that's on Facebook, you know, when you're on Messenger.
Yeah.
He's the one you're talking to then.
Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah.
Talk to him about it. He'll tell you stuff.
No, I look forward to that, definitely, yeah.
Are you working on it? You mentioned an album coming out. Yeah,
no, The Prophecy. Been working on it over the last sort of 6 months and that. There's a few uploads and a sneak preview on YouTube at the moment under Alex and the Bandits. Obviously, it's not been mastered or anything, but there's a few songs and samples on there, and we've really only just come back in the last year with a new sort of, you know what I mean, with a second wind or whatever you want to call it, you know what I mean, new lease of life and that, really. I mean, I'm 40 years old, but, you know, is it worth being 40 sometimes? You know what I mean? You're like, sometimes, you know, I mean, life's too short to worry, innit? You know what I mean? And I really do think we need a bit more rock and roll in the UK at the moment. You know what I mean?
If you enjoy it, why not?
Well, exactly. Yeah, I think, you know, everyone needs to cheer up a bit at the moment. It's terrible at the moment, you know. You know, and you know, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way of motivating people back into sort of the feel-good factor, innit? You know.
Yeah. Well, is it music makes the world go round, as they say?
Absolutely, yeah.
What are the plans for the future for Alex and the Bandits then?
Well, we're really looking forward to a UK tour, and you know, we're looking to sort of buy people who are on the street a drink for free, and give them a free party. And I think they're the people that deserve it the most. They're the most neglected in society, and a lot of them have had the right piss taken out of them by the system. You know, they're people that deserve the most, yet they're people living on the streets with mental health problems. So, no, we're going to try and buy them a drink, give them a party, and, you know, we need a revolution, really, don't we? You know?
Yeah. How many does it take till it becomes a revolution, though? That's the thing.
Well, they shot John Lennon, didn't they? Hopefully it won't come to that, but I'm not going to back down.
Keep on fighting the good fight.
There is no other way. There is no other way to the kingdom of Zion.
So, very briefly, I'm asking everyone I interview this, because obviously you know the impacts that lockdown have caused. I'm sure you're well aware, especially on people's mental health and stuff like that.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, do you have any advice for people that are going through that at the minute?
I would just generally suggest trying to exercise as much as possible, and try and eat right. Don't eat like the crap that they're telling you to eat. Like, you know what I mean? They're shutting down all the places they don't want, but they're telling you to go to McDonald's and places like that. So watch what you eat. I know I can't really talk. I'm a bit overweight, but you know what I mean? Try and keep your mind active and things like that. Smoke a bit of, do you know what I mean? So have a smoke every now and again. But, you know, it's sort of like micro-dosing, isn't it? Like a sort of corporate environment might micro-dose, might they? So I'm sure it's all, you know, beneficial overall. But, yeah, try and avoid too much drugs, crack cocaine. Don't take crack, you know what I mean? You know.
That's good advice. That is very good advice, I must say.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Right then. And before we say our goodbyes, is there anything that you would like to say to our viewers? Any messages you want to put across?
We'll keep the dream alive. Be the master of your destiny, and do not submit to slavery.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much. Right, you're on Facebook, aren't you? Can people find you on that?
Indeed, yeah. So, I'm Alex Clowes on Facebook, or Alex N The Bandits on the band page if you want to add me or have a look at a few sneak previews or some merchandise or something. Help the cause along. And please come along to a gig in the future. That'd be great to see as many people as possible.
And you're on YouTube. Are you on any other platforms or anything?
No, literally at the end of the year, we're going to be starting to launch Instagram, obviously, of course. But yeah, no, the launch will be next springtime, and hopefully, you know, it'll be a big bang. You know,
you'll be on everything now.
Nice one.
Right, so I'll grab them links off you and I'll put it in the description when I upload it for people to find you. All right. Thank you very much for talking to us, and we look forward to hearing your album when it's out. You keep us posted on that, and we'll help share it around. Yeah.
No doubt. Lovely. Nice one. Yeah, I will, of course, keep you up to date with that. And I look forward to speaking to you in the future. It's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Yeah, you